Pretty sure I'm gonna sleep like this tonight and maybe every night. I think this is it. Pretty sure I'm gonna sleep like this tonight and maybe every night. I put the other bed on the wall so I would have room, and literally double mattress that guy temporarily. Henry's so bored.
Hi. The hammock is awesome, by the way.
The hammock is awesome. I'm
Or
so low.
Amaka.
Such a weird angle to take pictures of myself, but here we are. We're gonna test this guy out, and if we love it, then I'm gonna actually see if we can get rid of both beds. So the host has another location where he can for sure put one bed, which will help. And then if we love it, he said he will look into letting us hang a second hammock, because right now, unless we get rid of the beds, there's no room and there are no hooks to put another hammock in here. So we'll see. So day one, I'm gonna say it was not the best sleep for me because it was just hard finding a really great position. I found lots of good positions that was super comfortable so that I would fall asleep, but inevitably I would wake up a little bit later and have to move, find another position that I liked and go back to bed and then move again. And because it's kind of just weird sleeping in a net, it would take a minute, if you will, to find the next position. I also found, and I don't know if it's just for my body shape or if it's something that everyone deals with, which is, of course, my butt is like the heaviest part. So as my butt is in the center, no matter what degree of rotation, because I went from, you know, being a little bit off center all the way to perpendicular in this thing. And I felt always that my feet was above my head. And I don't know why, but that feels just slightly uncomfortable to me. And I feel like that might be why I kept waking up. We'll see. So tonight I'm going to raise the bed up to right under my butt, where apparently that's where the slack is supposed to be. And we'll see if I have better luck, because I had it super low so Alex could get in and out easily when he wanted to get in, but for me, I think I might need it higher. We'll see. Also, the higher it is, it also means the more tension there is, the harder, if you will, the bed will be. So I don't know if that'll be a good thing or not, but we'll find out what tomorrow night brings. But tonight I did sleep, I did get rest, but I don't feel as amazing as I would like to feel after a full night of rest. The dog is barking because Alex is swimming, and that dog is so worried that he's gonna drown. That's day one results. Not giving up yet, but you know, I kind of wish I had a better night's sleep. So anyway, you can see that it's super low. Like it's a little less than where my knee is, which is, I guess, pretty low. I slept with mostly just a blanket for the majority of the night. But I kept moving where the blanket was. Sometimes I wanted it under my head, kind of like a pillow. Sometimes I had it more like a blanket. For sure, that pillow that's there right now is great for when I'm resting, like during the day, if I'm gonna sit on it. It's nice to have that big pillow, but for sleeping, it's way too big. So I need to find a much smaller pillow. Hopefully I see one today, but I don't know exactly where to even look for a small pillow here. We'll figure it out. I wanted to note that that's actually how I sleep in a regular bed too. I am constantly turning. So one of my reasons for looking into a hammock or just other ways of sleeping is to see if it's possible for me to find another form where I can literally sleep through the night. I don't remember the last time that I can say I slept the entire time without having to readjust my position. And when I readjust, it's not like I remember getting up, if you will, like not necessarily out of bed, but I remember that I have to readjust my position during the night, which means I wake up, I get out of that REM sleep, and I just think overall it's probably unhealthy, and I would love to start literally sleeping through the night. So that was part of the reason why I was looking into hammock / other ways of sleeping, is to see if I can legit just sleep through the night. So it's not unusual, and I'm not upset that I had to readjust. It's just not something I want to do long term. Okay, so it's been 3 nights total of sleeping in the hammock. The first night was definitely the worst. Since the first night, I raised one side of the hammock just a little bit, but decided ultimately that I want to keep it low so Alex can swing in it. So first night, not the best, you heard about that, but the last 2 evenings have been pretty cool. Alex is actually swinging, you can see his shadow, but Alex has attempted to sleep in it both nights, at the beginning of both nights, but before very long he ends up crawling into the main bed. So I told the host he can get rid of one of the beds but not the other, just in case Alex decides to be more of a bed sleeper. But of course, if he wants to rotate, we can rotate, it's not that bad. But I've really enjoyed sleeping in it. The second reason, aside from just wanting to get a good night's sleep for getting the hammock, is because we're in one space. Like, we're in this room the majority of the time. Even though we are allowed to be in the rest of the house, I find myself in this room the most. And when you've got these 2 beds taking up the entire room, it's just, I don't know. It's like living in a bedroom. It's not the most fun mentally. For me, I would rather have a house or more space. So being able to get rid of one bed and having this hammock instead increases the space and the feeling of the room so much, to where I don't feel like I'm living in a bedroom. I can now feel a little more open. So I can't wait for him to get rid of at least one of these beds so that we have more space. And then I plan on also getting like a chair and table so that we can work in here instead of always sitting on a bed or a hammock. You know, we don't want to always be lazy bums on a bed. Alex is okay with it. Oh, and I opted for not sleeping with a pillow. It's been the most comfortable to just have a light blanket that I do move around, especially when I'm sleeping on my side or on kind of my stomach. I don't want my face mushed up against the nylon, ropes. So I do generally put the blanket under my head. But if I'm laying on my back, then I use it just over myself, kind of like a regular blanket. But generally speaking, I prefer to be cold, so I'm okay to not have a lot of padding around me. Oh, one last thing. In terms of the fear of flipping over, in a Mayan hammock, I think the likelihood of flipping over is almost nil. You can sense the feeling of the hammock so much more, and you're just less likely to flip. If you have a bar on your hammock, like a wooden bar somewhere on it, that's gonna more likely cause you to flip. Whereas a Mayan hammock has a tendency to just hold you, if that makes sense, to where even as you're moving, you don't really have a fear of falling. Unless you're a kid and you're playing games, then maybe.
I don't have a fear.
But you're not gonna fall while you're sleeping.
thing is huge.